Hi, my name is Jegniish. So I'm coming from Bachelor Law of Commerce. So I'll be talking about my final year project, a topic which will be the ambiguity surrounding partnership, uh, agreements, and informal partners. So for the introduction, partnership agreement is essential for defining the rights, obligation, and expectation of partners in business ventures, helping to prevent the disputes and legal issues. These agreements specify the ownership, responsibility, and asset distribution as emphasized by Maria Strafic, which is one of my journal that I found. In contrast, informal partnership rely on verbal agreement and implicit understanding, often leading to ambiguity due to vague languages on confronting and interpretation and unexpected circumstances. This ambiguity can result in misunderstandings, disputes, and legal liabilities, undermining the effective collaboration and business stability. This research project examines the complexity of both formal and informal partnership, exploring the real-world examples, legal consideration, and best practice to address ambiguity and improve the clarity, communication, and transparency in business relationships. So for the problem statement, I'll be talking about uh, the in Malaysia, the coexistence of partnership law under the Partnership Act 1961, an informal based on verbal agreement creates a complex, ambiguous, and legal landscape. So formal partnerships benefit from statutory framework that clear defines the partner rights and obligation, while informal partnership uh, lack such clarity, leading to misunderstanding and dispute and legal uncertainties. As we can see, there's a two types of problem statement. So one of them is the lack of clarity and informal partnerships. So the absence of clear written agreement in informal partnership leads to misunderstanding, disputes, and potential legal issues among the partners, as there is no statutory framework to define the rights, responsibility, and obligation. For the second one, will still be the vulnerability and legal uncertainty. Informal partnership lack legal protection and statutory safeguard, leaving the partners vulnerable exploitation, fraud, and breaches of trust, which undermines the business confidence and deters the potential investors, thereby hindering the economic growth. For, this, for the next slide will be the research objective. Analyze the For the first objective will be the analyze partnership agreement legal function in providing clarity and structure commercial interaction, as well as how ambiguity and in this agreement can lead to dispute legal issues. For the second objective will be to determine the factor that contributes to uncertainty in partnership agreement and informal partnership. For the third objective will be to develop that strategy for mitigating ambiguities in partnership agreement. So for the next slide will be the research question. So for the question one, when does the ambiguity in partnership agreement arise and what are the consequences for the partners involved? So for the question two will be what are the best practice for drafting partnership agreements that minimize ambiguity and provide clear guidance for partner conduct and responsibilities. For the third question will be how can ambiguity in partnership agreements be mitigated or resolved? So for the next slide will be the scope of the research. So for the first one will be the legal clarity and compliance. This research highlights the importance of clear and well-defined partnership agreement, establishing trust, minimizing conflict, and ensuring the smooth business operation. By addressing the challenges posed by ambiguity, it helps the business understand the legal rights and obligations, strengthen the contractual agreement. For the second one will be the enhanced dispute resolution mechanism. So the studies explores how ambiguity in partnership agreement can lead to disagreement, costly legal dispute by identifying the root causes of this ambiguity, suggesting strategies to address them. The research aimed to improve disputes resolution mechanism tailored to partnership-based business in Malaysia. So for the last one, it will stimulate economic growth and entrepreneurship. Clear and transparent partnership agreement are crucial for fostering trust, encouraging investment, and facilitating business collaboration by addressing the challenges informal partnership and enhancing legal certainty. This research aims to create a more favorable environment for business development, innovation, and overall economic growth of Malaysia. So for the next one, with the significance of research. So research on the ambiguity research surrounding an informal partnership is crucial for business policymaker and legal professional and society for business. So for business, clear partnership arrangement help establish trust, minimize conflict, and ensure the smooth operation, empowering to make informed decisions, protect their interests. Policymaker and legal profession benefit from identifying the gaps and uncertainty in legal framework. This research also holds significant potential to addressing the pressing issues, mitigate the risk, and create a conducive environment for business growth and economic progress by clear and transparent partnership agreement promote trust and encouragement investment and facilities business collaboration. So for the next will be the research methodology. So I have two types of research methodology. One is multi-perspective analysis. The research will analyze partnership agreement and informal partnership in Malaysia from multiple perspectives, including the historical context, legal framework, economics, disclosure, and stakeholder experience. This comprehensive approach aims to provide a well-rounded understanding of the subject. So for the second one will be the incorporating qualitative and quantitative data. The study will combine qualitative interviews with stakeholders, which is the entrepreneurs, business owner, or successful person in the business field. So, and quantitative analysis with the legal, will be the legal, statute, case law, and surveys as well. Secondary data will be drawn from scholarly article, experts' opinion, and book, and enrich the analysis and provide the diverse insight into the challenges, ambiguities of partnership agreement and informal. So for this literature review, I have quite a bit journal and article. So which will be the Robert W. William, Abdul Rahman, Tamar Ward, and few of them. So one of the example will be the Robert W. Hillman highlights the impact of partnership law on the firm dynamics. So moving on to the limitation of research will be the one of them will be the lack of formal documentation in partnership. Researching informal partnership in Indonesia is challenging due to the absence of formal documentation. This makes it difficult to collect comprehensive data on the prevalence, structure, and legal issue of these partnership, hindering the ability to obtain representative sample or conduct empirical studies. For the second one will be the variability in partnership agreement. Partnership agreement in Indonesia can vary significantly in terms of and clauses based on individual partners' preference, negotiation. This variability comprehensive the ability to generate conclusion about the partnership practices, legal issues, and make comparative analysis and trend identification difficult due to the absence of standardized templates. For the last one would be the limited access to legal resources. Assessing the legal document and case law related to partnership disputes or regulatory issue can be challenges. Existing legal database may not be comprehensive or easily accessible, especially to the researchers outside the legal profession. This limited the access constrain the breadth of legal analysis that can be conducted in research studies. So for the next chapter 2, moving on to chapter 2, which will be the analyzing partnership agreement, clarifies and structure business interaction, but ambiguity can fuel the dispute and complication. So under this chapter, I'll be talking about the identification of partnership existence and formality. So it's crucial to determine if a partnership exists and its formality. In Malaysia, partnerships are defined by shared profit intent under the Partnership Act 1961. Formal partnership have written agreements, while informal ones rely on verbal implied understanding, which can lead to ambiguity and dispute if not documented properly. So for the second one will be the interpretation and enforcement partnership agreements. Interpreting and enforcing partnership agreement are vital for their functionality. Ambiguities in profit sharing, decision making, and contribution can arise. Courts interpret agreement based on parties' intentions and legal precedents, with the default provision applying if no written agreement exists. Clear agreement are essential to avoid disputes and ensure enforceability. So for third one is liability and dissolution. Liability dissolution issues contribute to uncertainty in partnership. The Partnership Act 1961 governs the joint liability and wrongful acts within the partnership. Informal agreement, complicated liability distribution and dissolution process can be unclear without the formal documentation, leading to disputes. Third-party rights also the complicated matters, adding to legal complexities in partnership resolution. So moving on to chapter 3. So what chapter 3, it's talk about to determine the factor that contribute to uncertainty in partnership agreement and informal partnerships. So under that, lack of statutory guidance, Malaysia partnership law lacks detailed statutory provision, especially addressing the partnership agreement and informal partnerships. This absence leads to ambiguity and uncertainty in formal agreements, as critical elements like decision-making process are not clear, defined, and legal conflict, as seen in the case of Hodge and Mrs. Great, underscore the needs for clearly statutory guidelines. For the second one will be the interpretation challenges due to the case law. Partnership law interpretation in Malaysia heavily relies on case law, so which can inconsistent and limited in scope. Court often face challenges in providing authoritative guidance on matters such as profit sharing and disputes resolution, particularly with evolving business practices. The case of Chan Win versus Chen Bai Di exemplifies how vague terms in case law contribute uncertainty partnership agreement. For the last one will be the Malaysia will be the inadequate legal documentation and formality requirements. So Malaysia's partnership laws allow flexibility in forming partnership under the Section 11 of the Partnership Act 1961, but lacks of specific formalities for documentation. This result in poorly drafted agreement and informal partnership that may lack enforceability and transparency. The case of network pet product Sandhya Bahar versus Royal Canin highlights the disputes arising from inadequate documentation, emphasizing the importance of clear partnerships, agreement conflicts, so resolution, and transparency. So for the next chapter will be the chapter 4, will be to develop strategies for mitigating ambiguities in partnership agreement. So formalization of partnership agreement, is essential to reduce the ambiguity and establish the clear guidance among the partners. So Section 11 of the Partnership Act outlines the necessary component like partner formal agreement, clarified roles, responsibilities, and financial commitments, as highlighted in Balden versus Storm, where the Supreme Court emphasized their importance in resolving dispute and fostering collaboration. So for the next second one will be the accounting and financial transparency. Accounting and financial transparency play a crucial role in mitigating ambiguity within the partnership. So Section 26 of the Partnership 1961 mandates accurate record keeping, enhancing the understanding and decision making among partners. So cases like Fenwick versus Unemployment Compensation Commission illustrate how lack of formal documentation can lead to ambiguity in partner status, internal controls, and accountability provision further promote the transparency and trust. So for the third one, will be establishing effective exit and dissolution procedures. So clear exit and dissolution procedure are vital to minimize the ambiguity in partnership agreement. Section 33 and 34 of the Partnership Act 1961 outline the dissolution circumstances, debt settlement, and asset distribution procedure. Effective procedure exemplifies in cases like Bolton versus Storm, protect partners' interests, maintain stability, and foster trust by ensuring a smooth transition and minimizing the conflict during partnership exits. So moving on to the next will be the findings and analysis. This is the questions that I asked to the successful businessmen and entrepreneurs. So question one will be the from that I did some analysis. So question one will be how do you formalize partnership agreement within your business, and what steps do you take to ensure the effectiveness? So entrepreneurs emphasize the clear communication through legal documentation and legal reviews for effective partnerships, and initial discussion set expectation with adaptability crucial for dynamic industries. The absence of formal mitigates ambiguity and foster sustainable partnerships. So for the second question will be, can you discuss the challenges faced in maintaining accounting and financial transparency? So transparency in partnership, particularly in financial issues, is crucial. Challenges include varied interest parties, complicated contracts, and differing financial understanding. Strong industry-specific accounting system and consistent communication are emphasized. So for the next question will be how do you navigate surrounding partnership agreement and informal partnership with your business? Precise communication and openness establish expectation and duties. Formal written agreement, even in informal partnership, are vital to avoid misunderstanding. So flexibility and ongoing communication and trust promote effective handling and of uncertainty. Seeking expert advice from the professional aids in navigating partnership dynamics are gaining clarity. So for the question 4, what strategies do you employ to mitigate associate with informal partnership ambiguous agreement? So clarity, trust, communication, and due to diligence are key. Defining the roles, documenting agreement, forming strong relationship, and conducting research on partners are emphasized. Formal written agreement prevent the disagreement confusion. Tactics align in emphasizing clarity, transparency, and through planning to navigate partnership challenges. So for the last question will be the clear communication, transparency, and formal agreements are crucial for formalizing partnership with the legal documentation to reduce risk and establish trust. So through partnership agreement and regularly schedule reviews, simplify exit procedure, carefully planned process, and transparent conversation, and though legal through the legal contracts, manage the departures effectively and fairly. So transparent legal enforceable contracts and proactive communication better handle partnership termination and dissolution. So moving on to the conclusion. So partnership agreement and informal partnership under the Malaysian law present the challenges due to the complexity and ambiguity. Section like 11 and 24 of the Partnership Act 1961 lack specific guidance, leading to uncertainty regarding partner rights, obligation, insufficient legal documentation, and non-compliance with formal requirement worsen the ambiguity, affecting enforceability in partnership. So the stakeholder should prioritize precision in agreement, define the roles and responsibility clearly, and promote the compliance with the formal requirement for transparency. So in section 33 of the Partnership Act 1961 is crucial for early partnership dissolution by focusing on formalization and clear procedure, businesses can enhance trust and resilience in partnerships. So moving on to the last one will be the recommendation. So for the first recommendation, prioritize the formalization. Business should prioritize formalizing partnership agreement to clarify the roles, responsibilities, and operational guidelines. This ensure that all aspects of the partnerships are clearly articulated and agreed upon from the outset. So for the second one, establish clear exit procedure. Partnership should be established clear and partnership procedure for exiting the partnership, including buyout mechanism and asset distribution. These minimize the risk of dispute and facilities only dissolution when necessary. For the last one will be the seek legal expertise. Given the complexities and potential interpretation, there are challenges in partnership law. Engaging legal expert proficient in Malaysian partnership law is advisable. They can help to draft comprehensive agreement and provide the guidance on legal compliance and dispute resolution. Thank you.